Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I want us to first of all go to this video, a video of Rigathi Gachagua making certain tough statements, a tough stand against any involvement of Raila Amolo Odinga in their government. Just watch this video.
The handshake experiment was the worst thing to happen in the politics of this country. And there is no leader who has won an election with a comfortable margin who will be out of his mind to go and bring his opponents to come to his government. That would be making democracy nonsensical. Why do we go for elections? Kama tunaenda uchaguzi ati wale wameshindwa ati wanaingizwa ndani. Then iko haja gani ya kuzubua raia? Si tuachane na mambo ya uchaguzi, tuite wazee nyumba 10 wagawe viti. Our former boss.
Now, very well, that time, I think if you remember very well, it must have been 2023. That time where there were massive demonstrations on the streets from Azimio. And Rigathi played the headliner. You remember that time when Rigathi had to wake up in the morning just to deal with the Azimio protesters who were protesting against the skyrocketing prices and the high cost of living. So I want to take you to a tweet. And this tweet is from Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi. And you know Ahmed Nasir used to support William Samoei Ruto also. But Ahmed Nasir has reacted to the current ongoing situation between Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua. So I'll take you through this tweet. DP Rigathi is the biggest casualty in the reconstituted cabinet stroke government. DP Gachagua is a dead man walking. He is a fatally wounded man, and I think he will die of his wounds before 2027. Even though 37% of the cabinet are from Mount Kenya, none remotely owes any allegiance to him. In fact, he doesn't have a single ally in the cabinet. To say the man from Mathira is on his political death throes is not an exaggeration of his dire political fortunes. Further, President Ruto, by bringing ODM into his government, has created a stronger rival in government. This, coupled with the elevated stature of Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, simply makes Gachagua position blindly untenable. I want to maintain some constructive ambiguity, but to have a draft copy of the political obituary of Gachagua ready for publication at short notice, isn't that outlandish? So now this is what Ahmed Nasir shared. Political obituary. How many of you don't know about what an obituary is? Of course, you all know. You die, that obituary and the like. So Ahmed Nasir is talking about a political obituary. So I want us to go into this political obituary that is supposed to be publicized. The publication is supposed to be done, and it's going to happen soon. So now, before we get to that aspect, what Ahmed Nasir has said there, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. I'm so grateful for everyone who has been liking our videos. I don't take that for granted. Subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed before. And to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. First of all, I'll take you to Tharaka Nithi visit, that tour, where William Ruto unveiled Kithure Kindiki as his preferred nominated CS under the same docket of Interior that is now Security. There is this photo, and just look at the photo very well. The person who is greeting William Ruto is none other than Kithure Kindiki. And this is a person that Gen Zs don't want to see. In fact, it is a huge mistake that William Ruto nominated Kithure Kindiki to that position. That is the perception of most Generation Z protesters. They say that Kithure Kindiki ought not to have gone back to the same docket because they blame him for a massive, torturing, massive mayhem and deaths and the like. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this photo. Rigathi is seen behind that photo. Just look at the person who is behind there, and let's look at this facial expression of Rigathi Gachagua. It is telling a lot. For someone who is supposed to be the first or that are the second in command is supposed to, that is someone who is supposed to be happy. You are the second in command. I mean, after the president, it's you. There is a way you're supposed to carry yourself, the mood that is supposed to be seen there. It's supposed to be different. But just take a look at the facial expression of Rigathi Gachagua. It is telling a lot. Now, if you look at also the way Rigathi Gachagua is stood just the far end, on the left, on the right side of William Ruto, and the way William Ruto is shaking hands with Kithure Kindiki. You know, if you look at it very carefully, Rigathi amesimama pale kando, yes. Lakini ni kama ameboeka. Now Amenasi talks about political obituary. Obituary. Political obituary. What does it mean when it comes to Rigathi Gachagua's politics? I want to expand on this tweet from Amenasi. Amenasi talks about reconstitution of the cabinet has made Rigathi Gachagua appear as one of the biggest casualty. And why is it the case? We all know about the narrative of shareholder. When Ruto appointed cabinet or nominated cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, there was talk that majority of those appointees came from the Mount Kenya. Of course, that is the case. Now, Rigathi boasted over huge numbers in cabinet because he said that Mount Kenya gave Ruto a lot of votes. Now, let's look at this composition right now. According to Amenasi, he talks about almost 37% of the positions who went to Mount Kenya. Now, is that the target of Rigathi Gachagua? When Nyeri governor went public, he defended the position that Ruto should look at 2027 when he's making decisions to appoint ministers. So he was merely trying to warn William Ruto that if he makes wrong choices and appoints and nominates people not based on the regional balance, then they will not vote for him. That was the message that was being portrayed. That's what I could understand from the statement by the Nyeri governor. He literally tried to warn William Ruto to be very careful when appointing or when nominating members of the cabinet. Something also here that Amenasi points out is that I think Rigathi Gachagua will die of his wounds before 2027. One of the reasons why Rigathi Gachagua was brought to the faction of to be the second in command was one, and he said it himself, that his main responsibility is to make sure that he keeps Raila Amolo Odinga away from the State House as much as he can. That his main sole responsibility is to fight Raila Amolo Odinga. But now he can't do it. I think that's why Amenasi talks about he will die of his wounds before 2027. So the remarks that he made, oh, mara nimeweka mitego kwa State House, Raila izingia, nimeweka sijui hii, nimeweka hile, yule mzee ni conman, those narratives, and being the fact that he is the second in command, zitam affect. In fact, he's the biggest casualty when it comes to these remarks. Of course, we know even Joe has remarks. We know, I mean, all this John Badi, we know Oparanya had remarks. We know about these things. We know Wandai, we know about these things. But in this politics, and the person who was ambitious of becoming a president like Rigathi Gachagua, le msemo yake itamuaffect vibaya sana. And I think bloggers are already waiting to pounce on him when that scenario arrives. Scenario ambayo itakuwa ni kwamba hawezi kuonana na Ruto eye to eye like it used to happen between February and April here. Walikuwa wanaongea tu kwa podium, wanaongea kwa marallies. Ruto would talk in a rally to pass a message. Rigathi Gachagua would do the same, say something in a rally to pass a message. So that is the way they used to communicate. But you see, after the Gen Z's demonstration and William Ruto pulled out the Finance Bill 2024, it appeared as if there was suddenly a bromance. You know? Ilionekana pale. So that's why I think when Amenasi talks about political obituary, I think anaongelea kitu cha anaelewa. Me personally, I agree with Amenasi. I mean, for the first time, I've not been in agreement with him over so many things, but this time round, I think I agree with Amenasi that there is a lot here. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to rest my case here. But what do you think about this call for from Admin Nasir to Rigathi Gachagua and exposing Rigathi Gachagua as the biggest casualty in this drama? So perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.